What's up, guys?
I'm the ghost of Emmanuel Ghosteen. Blow steam with my whole face in a full screen. They can't sleep on me, so they don't dream, won't let them. Got my own team and we see them all. Man, I'm heard I'm one of the best with the skills I possess. I want checks, I ain't trying to end up in a bed with a record exec. A leash on my neck, so instead I get bread, but I take crumbs. Dumb it down, but I ain't dumb. Run around stage, but I say something.
Alright, what's up, guys, on the live
I'm an
stream?
ape with an apron. A napalm in my hands, you ain't got a chance. So you fit well. Here's a mic, here's a light, here's a crowd. Say it loud, say it proud with a smile. Always be ready to agree to a piece. White tees, no, not me. Yes, yes, yo, what I gotta do to impress y'all? Put a dollar menu on a five-star restaurant, up an edge line.
This is 1984 featuring Dr. Dre Murray.
Now and then from the outskirts, I can move crowds. And the bows that it came with, bows in my language, never bow down with thousands of angels. You ain't gotta lie, you ain't top five, long as I'm alive or dead. It's a period. Red sea from a pen, horse drawn chariots. Tell me I'm delirious. Trap rappers a rat trap for the cheese. Better bring some of these back to their knees. The last skill, so they gotta hop behind a beat and a backpack. No, not me. No, not me. What you gonna do when it's all gone? They ain't think about you and your song. What you gonna do when you're not on? Lights off, the hype's gone. What you gonna do when you wake up? 10 years from now when it don't last. With some old man up in cold cash. Are they gonna laugh? Are they gonna say, DJ, run that back? DJ, run that back. DJ, run that back.
Yep, that's track 2, 1984, featuring Dr. Dre Murray by Tragic Hero. Love that song. Yep, it's Elijah.
It's Carson.
Okay, let's say something again, Carson.
Testing.
There we go, that's good. Yeesh. Say something one more time.
Testing.
That's good. Alright. By the way, for the 50th episode, guys, we are going to have a camera for Carson. Because, you know, it'll be special. But this one isn't as special.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
so
another podcast.
Just another podcast that happens to be a little bit less than a week since our last podcast. So, yay for us, because we're actually getting on top of doing episodes again.
It is the pregame show.
Yeah, that's not a lot of people doing that. Okay. Share if you like this. Okay. Check. Alright, here we go. Hello and welcome to the Give 'em Six podcast, the podcast where we talk about Tennessee and all sports. It's Elijah.
And it's Carson. And we are back.
Yes, we are back for another episode. It is the Give 'em Six podcast. We are live, but we're also recording the episode as always, just making sure, because some of you guys were confused last time.
Big time pregame show. Georgia Southern versus Tennessee pregame. First game of college football season. It is the most exciting time for me and Elijah.
That is true. It is definitely the most exciting time for both of us. Carson, how has your week been?
My week has been good. A lot of scouting. I've done a lot of scouting. I'm excited for the weekend of college football. Like I said in the last episode, the first week is definitely not the best, but we still got some good games. We'll talk about those in this podcast. We'll talk about Tennessee versus Georgia Southern and everything in between. Let's get it going.
Let's get it. All right.
Who is our affiliate in this episode, Elijah?
Yes. Today's affiliate is Touch of Modern, guys. You need to check them out. Even before we started doing affiliates and sponsors, Touch of Modern has been one of my favorite websites to go to. Like, I'm not kidding. I had one of the products that's on there now. I was so involved with it that I even got it before it was out, released to the public. And I'll show that to you guys later today. Livestream viewers, you guys will get to see what it is. It's now released. And I'll give you a link to buy it. And you know what? You can even get a discount if you go through our website. So, Carson, let's just go ahead and dive right in. The first thing I would like to talk about, we got some players, some big player developments this week. Not really, new recruits and commits, but
Right, right.
we're seeing mainly three players have big developments on their status for this year. The first one, we're not going to talk a ton about him because his story isn't fully out. There's a lot to both sides of the story that hasn't
That's
been
exactly right. Yep.
released. But Bryce Thompson, defensive back for UT, or yeah, defensive back who's suspended. So Jeremy Pruitt said Bryce Thompson is suspended indefinitely while the process continues because we
Right.
hold our student athletes to a high standard, and the safety of all of our students is first priority here at Tennessee. Guys, if you don't know about, this week Bryce Thompson um, was with seeing someone who he had a restraining order not to see, someone he was apparently in a relationship with, but I don't know if I would necessarily call it a romantic relationship, considering what he said. He said, "I'll slap the crap out of you," and he also said that he was going to shoot up the school. So, for those reasons, I think that that's why Bryce Thompson. I know that that's why Bryce Thompson was suspended, and I think it's necessary. Um, you know, as of now, you don't know. Maybe it's not true. I think it is because he did have a restraining order and he was seeing that person. So, no matter what, a suspension is definitely, I think, a right call. But there's also more developments to come out on that story, both on the legal side and on the school's side. Carson, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's a very sensitive subject.
Yeah,
A lot of people can agree to disagree on. It's something you really can't have a right answer to.
yeah,
Um,
that's for sure.
and it's something you'll never know. I mean, if I'll give you an example, AJ Johnson, back in 20, I think it was 2014, 2013, I think it was when he was around. Outstanding player was going to be a top three pick in the NFL draft that coming year, and a girl accused him of raping her. That case went on for about 4.5 years, and about 3 to 5 months ago, he was proven innocent of that. Luckily for him, he is very strong in helping kids. He's got his own program and he plays for the Denver Broncos, my favorite, and one of Elijah's favorite football teams.
For sure.
So it's good to see him come back up, even after he was falsely accused. A lot of things, if he wasn't accused of that, could have changed his life in a dramatic fashion. But we also have instances where we do have these things happen with a lot of football players where they do, harass, do certain things that should not be done. And yes, that should be stopped, especially if it's even outside any of that relationship thing with the school.
Right.
That should definitely be taken. A suspension, like you said, Elijah, is definitely a precaution that needs to be taken as for now.
Yeah. It's just a sensitive subject. Really, until more develops, we're not going to say more about that. But on to our next player. This is a player development. And we're going to flip the switch here, put the happy face on. Guys, Trey Smith, Jeremy
Boom, boom, boom,
Pruitt
boom.
says that he will play some snaps in this game.
That's big time.
This is something that Trey and his family has decided to do, along with doctors here at the university and people across the country have come up with a plan for him to be able to play the game he loves while still keeping relatively safe. So, guys, that's a huge development. If you don't know, Trey Smith on our offensive line was forced to give up football last year after reoccurring blood clots. But he loved the game a lot, and he was a great player. I think, if he continues to play and does what we've seen him do in the past, I think he's going to easily be drafted first to third round pick in the NFL. I mean, this guy's big time. It's pretty great to have him back, and I'm so excited that he can come back and play the game he loves. Yeah. What about you, Cars?
Dude, I love it, man. I'm a big fan of his. I mean, with him being the number one recruit in the nation, back in 2017, in 2018 class, it's crazy, to see him come back because everybody with his injury or with his medical condition that went on last season. It was a shocker and heartbreaking loss to our team and
That's right.
to the fans around us. It was a struggle to see him go like that because he constantly mentioned he loved the game of football and if he could do anything he would play. And his family took that into consideration, but also they have to really think, is it worth it? At the point where he was at, if he was to get hit too hard enough, he would straight up die on the field. Um, and it's great now because it's almost like the medical staff, his doctors have really taken a hard look at it and has came to the conclusion that Trey Smith can play football, and
That's
that
right.
is big time for offensive line. And Elijah, I know the next guy you'll be talking about. And
That's right.
This will help too.
Yep, Trey Smith was great. Huge one, guys. No one thought this was going to happen. And for our listeners out there, like literally over a dozen questions just this week, but you guys have been asking us about him, and we've said things about him, but you keep on asking us over a dozen questions every week for the last like 3 or 4 weeks. Aubrey Solomon, we're finally going to really address this, especially because now we have something to address. Guys,
Right.
Aubrey Solomon, who we landed, defensive lineman, who we landed as a transfer from Michigan last December. If you don't know, the NCAA has to approve a waiver to make undergrad players immediately eligible to play. Many Vols fans were worried that this wasn't going to either happen, he wasn't going to get granted immediate eligibility, or it would be extremely delayed. It was a bit delayed, guys, but finally, the NCAA granted him immediate eligibility, and he is able to play immediately. So, we'll probably see him in the game Saturday on our defensive line.
Yeah. It's big time because, I mean, especially with our big man coming back. I mean, this is great. With Solomon coming from Michigan, that was like a kind of like a under the radar kind of thing. I think it happened about almost the start of summer. I think we all heard about it. It was like, oh, that's cool. And it's great. I mean, I love it that he's going to be there. It's just going to help our team. It's just going to help our team a lot more. What with him, especially with our offensive line kind of being a little, hurt. Trey Smith is going to be big time there. So I really enjoy both of these guys coming back. And the next guy with Kasim Hill from Maryland, him is not going to be able to be waived, and he's not going to be able to play. That is tough because he's a guy that we might want to see in a quarterback battle with Jared Garantano because that would be a good one. But he'll have to wait a year. But I'm excited to see him next year. I wish he could play, but happy to see Trey Smith come back and Aubrey Solomon.
Sorry, guys, funny. Okay, yeah, we're so excited about Aubrey Solomon and Trey Smith. Oh, okay. Man, sometimes you have to see our text threads. We text back and forth. But sorry, live stream viewers, we don't let you see that because, yeah, we don't. Yeah. So we're so excited about those players. Guys, again, Touch of Modern, they're our affiliate for this episode. They are just tremendous. Check them out, touchofmodern.com. I'm sure you've seen them on commercials and advertised for other places. Or maybe you like Touch of Modern, but, some of the prices are high. And I get that. I really enjoy watches. I have a pretty good sized collection. And Touch of Modern watches can get very, very expensive. But, you know what? Every now and then you need a discount, and we can give you that much needed discount. Just hop over to our website sponsor page and click on their Touch of Modern link. Not only do we get money because you've clicked on our link, and if you buy something, we get a 10% commission, and you guys get a discount
watch.
And a great watch. Guys, that's insane. That's some really good deals. So listen to this message. We'll be right back.
We're here to help. To a doctor or health healthcare provider anytime, right from your phone. Hi, I'm sorry I'm not feeling well. How can I help? Find care now with the Walgreens app.
What does your business need?
We needed a custom logo, and we found it on Fiverr for just $5.
I needed to drive traffic to my website. Now, I can't keep up with the orders.
Go to Fiverr.com today.
I'm off to bed. Alexa, set an alarm for 7 a.m.
Alarm set for 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Introducing the iAVS16 from iHome, the first major brand to offer a bedside speaker system with Alexa built right in.
Your children mean everything to you. That's why you need to protect them from harmful things. With doTERRA products, you don't have to worry about harsh chemicals and toxins hurting your family. They'll be safe, and you'll have peace of mind.
Music has such power in our lives. The way we listen to and experience music is undergoing a profound change these days. To have access to nearly all the music in the world at our fingertips and in our pockets is remarkable. And if that place could actually accommodate and support the artists who make the music, not just the top-tier artists, but the kids in their bedrooms too, provide them all with a home and a way to engage with their audiences, that would be pretty great. And that's what we set out to do with Apple Music.
Guys, alright guys, thank you to all of our affiliates and sponsors, and thank you most of all to Touch of Modern. And if you are listening on the live stream right now, I have something to show you guys. This is super cool. This is super modern. So, this is something that I got as a beta test product before it was out. There's two versions of this. I think this is the Gamma. I'm pretty sure it's made by Gamma. I will have to check, but it's the coolest thing ever. If you're a student, by the way, you should love this because it's really going to up your rep in the classroom. So we have this. I don't know if you can see it that well, but this.
A lot of this website, I mean, Touch of Modern has a great selection of things, all sorts of things that you might like. And yeah, it's a little bit of upper level on price, but still, just go check it out. Elijah's going to show you this cool thing right here, and it's pretty cool to go look at, even if you're not going to buy it.
Yeah. Now, I wasn't really planning on showing this, but I thought, I have it, why not? This, guys, is a special alloy. It's a pen, and it's inkless, and it's everlasting. So I will never run out. I was going to say of ink, but it's not made of ink. So whatever that is on the tip, it looks super awesome. It has a nice refined edge to it. Yeah, I use it when writing like podcast notes or stuff, but I can use it for whatever. I use it in school. It comes with this nice leather case. I'll link to it in the episode description. Guys, cop yourself one. They're like under 20 bucks. But here's the thing. You might say, oh, well, that's a lot. I don't want to spend more than 10 bucks on a pen. Guys, it's not going to run out. So there's literally no reason not to buy it. So yeah, that is my Touch of Modern gadget for you guys. That's exclusive though, so that's for the live stream viewers. The edited episode, people won't even hear about that. All y'all who get out here just up and watch the live streams whenever we do one. You guys get to see it, but all those other people who don't want to watch the
seriously, guys,
our
the
live
live stream, if you can tune in, it'll most likely always, if anything changes, we'll post a Twitter or Instagram thing, but most likely always our time is going to be 9 o'clock Eastern time, and then that it'll be 9 o'clock Eastern. So wherever you are, it'll be around 9 o'clock Eastern time. Sometimes we can get one early. We might sometimes, if it's a huge game like Florida or Georgia or Alabama game, we would like to do a podcast on that Sunday as a post game show. We like to do those sometimes.
Yeah, or Monday. Sometimes, a lot of times we'll do a podcast on Monday.
Right
It's
around
convenient.
in the middle of football season, that's when we do. Basketball season, we mix it up almost every week because of where the game stands.
Right.
If the game's around a Tuesday, we usually do it on a Sunday or a Monday. If it's on a Wednesday or a Thursday, it's usually a Tuesday, so just think a day before. But yeah, if we switch it up, we always let you know. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check our website out for any news, everything.
Yep, that would be correct. Also, guys, 50th episode is coming up, and that is gonna be so epic, guys. We have so much in store for you guys, including limited edition merch that'll be out for like only a week. So copy yourself some of that. Show that you were.
It's gotta be the best
here.
design we have yet.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'm gonna snag one. Carson's gonna snag one, guys. I mean, you're not gonna be able to beat merch prices for us because, a lot of people do merch, but not a lot of people have good prices on their merch. You usually have to pay at least $20 for good merch. But for just the T-shirt, us, we're not even gonna charge you $20. We're not even gonna charge you like $18. So, yeah, that's pretty big. Yep. So thank you to all of our sponsors, Touch of Modern, this episode's affiliate. Carson, which players do you think are really gonna stand out on Saturday?
Saturday, I'm definitely gonna have to be Jerry Garantano. If it ain't him, it should be. I'm just saying that because Jarrett Garantano has had such a rebuilding year. I mean, it's been such a rebuilding year. Elijah knows. It's been big time for him. So it's gonna have to be something where he's gonna have to work this game. I mean, it's Georgia Southern. You can't come out thinking you're just gonna, or Georgia State. You can't come out thinking it's just gonna be a automatic win. So we always gotta play our toughest, our hardest, and I know our coaching staff will not let us play soft or anything. But I'm excited to see how the coaching staff does. I'm excited to see the new playbook they've been working on. I want to see what our big wide receivers can do. Jawan Jennings, Marquez Callaway coming back. This is going to be big time, guys. And I'm excited to see our offensive line hopefully be good for hopefully we're finally good here on our offensive line, even though we've had a lot of injuries over the summer. But with Trey Smith, that's big time.
That's true. I'm really excited. I'm not going to say Garantano. Here's the thing. There's been so much hype, built up around Jarrett that I'm like, here's the thing. With Tennessee, you can get a lot of hype built, and then for some reason they don't live up to it. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to live up to it, but I feel like there's just something every game that makes it not as good as it should be.
I can see it, but here's the thing: we haven't seen him play since last year, and supposedly his improvement over this offseason could be a whole different quarterback. But I can see where you're coming from there, especially on the way we've seen him already. He just never has a good game. He really doesn't. It's either average or awful.
Yeah.
So
that is true. There's been a lot of hype
really
around
good
him.
game. I mean, obviously besides Tennessee Tech and Chattanooga when we played them, but still, we still have to come out here playing our hardest. We don't want to look like we did when we played Appalachian State. When one of the best teams in a while.
Yeah.
Let's not get me and Elijah started on that. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
A quick score for you guys.
Wait.
Clemson.
I didn't say mine. I think mine is gonna be. It's got to be Trey Smith. Because
Trey Smith.
He's coming back. I'm excited to see what he does, and I feel like he's not gonna disappoint. And even if he does, he has a good excuse. So, you know what? I'm gonna say that because I feel like it can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So even if we have a minor disappointment, I'm sure we're gonna win. So what next, Carson?
Well, back to the important update here. Right as we're streaming this, if you're listening to the edited episode, if you're listening live, you don't have anything to worry about. But the edited episode is we are doing this on a Thursday night, and Clemson and Georgia Tech are playing. And Kelly Bryant, that was the starter last year, went to Missouri. That's Trevor Lawrence is now the starting quarterback that won the national championship for Clemson last year. And Clemson is beating Georgia Tech at Clemson 28-0 at halftime.
Wow.
And that is hard to put up 28 in the first half with a triple option team that runs 8 minutes off the clock almost every single time. Unless they don't get a first down. Now, most of the time with their running offense, it wears the team down. But here's the thing. Everybody knows this if they watch triple option or they study Georgia Tech or Army or Navy, is if Georgia Tech does not score in the first 4 drives, they've lost the game.
Yeah.
If they score in the first 2 drives, they got a pretty good shot of winning it, no matter who you are. That's just how it is. And that's the risk that triple option teams take. That's why Army and Navy almost always end up in a kind of a 500 record, which is like 6-6, 7-5. The greatest I've seen was a 10-2 season from Navy. So that is so 28-0, Clemson ahead at halftime.
Yep.
Great game. Not really a great game, but it's a good game.
It's a fun game to watch if you're not a Georgia Tech fan.
And go check out the ACC Network on ESPN. We love to shout out ESPN with all they're doing down there.
And you know what?
The ACC Network.
Even with ESPN, guys, if you want to find more on ESPN but also want to promote us and you don't know which way to go, guys, check out the sports news page on our website because it is powered by ESPN.
It's powered by ESPN.
That is correct.
We love ESPN.
We tell you we're going to update you on sports. Sometimes we're not able to fit all that into a 30-minute episode. So that's the thing that we do for you. It's like, you know, we can't always blog post, but we have a thing that's updating second by second on our website. And it's just like 6 different things with, you know, all different sports, world sports. You have American sports, Tennessee. It's insane. You guys need to check it out.
We have it, and all you big-time Tennessee fans that listen to us on a regular, yes, we do have a Tennessee section dedicated.
That is true.
In that sports page. You go down there, we'll say ESPN Sports News. We have MLB, foreign soccer. We got NBA news. And right now you're thinking, well, NBA and MLB or NBA soccer, it's not really going on right now. Well, what are you showing? We don't just show scores, we show breaking news. So a trade.
Yes, that's a lot of what it is.
Especially if you want me to bring in NBA right now, I got 2 things for you right here. DeMarcus Cousins, yeah, he's out for the season, obviously. And he was, and you know, it's sad to hear that he got out for the season. And then he gets charged for a warrant for his arrest for assault to his girlfriend. That happened about 5 hours ago. That's your NBA news so far. Just give you the quick one.
Yep, guys, this is gonna be really fun this season. Carson, what's your score prediction for this game? For our Tennessee game?
I'll be a little nice. I'll give hopefully we can put up about 56-10.
All right, I'm gonna say 41-10. Because here's the thing, I know I'm guessing a little bit lower than a lot of people, but you know what I feel like? I feel like Tennessee, I feel like every year I guess really high, and then they do something lower than expected, and I'm like, wow, that was a letdown. So maybe if I guess low, then they'll go high, and I'll be like, yay, I have a great Tennessee season.
That's our chances most of the time. But I'm expecting a good game. I'm expecting a great game to watch. I don't want to say good game because a lot of people get confused by what I'm saying, but you know, I expect a great game to watch. I mean, come on now. It is Christmas time in August or September when we'll play. But it's so fun to watch. And college football season is here. We don't want to be biased, but that is how me and Elijah started this podcast. Was Tennessee football, college football. That's our bread and butter. That's our PB&J. We love it. And we just for the Vols till we die.
Yeah, that's very true. And you know what? Our birthday is coming up on September 21st or 17th or something.
The podcast birthday.
The podcast birthday. We don't have the same birthday to her because mine's November 23rd, 2003, and Carson's is June 5th, 2002?
2003. July 5th, 2003.
July 5th, 2000.
In the
Well,
ballpark.
I love him. He's my cousin, but yeah, that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people don't know that you're my cousin. It's like, we do the podcast and they're like,
Right.
yeah, so who's your
Well,
co-host? Carson. Oh yeah, Carson's cool. Or
We used to
Elijah's
mention
cool.
it a lot. We
Yeah.
used to mention it a lot. But it's gotten to the point now we have so many good listeners, and I want to take a moment to mention. I do mention this occasionally, but I want to thank all the listeners, especially if you've been sticking with us since the first podcast. Because I'm telling you, me and Elijah especially, has been working super hard for this 50th episode. It's gonna be something super special. We might even go out of our way to try to get it maybe a little bit earlier if we can at some point in the day. Not in the day, but earlier in the afternoon, so we can get you guys watching that live. Because honestly,
we've never done a day podcast in our lives.
It's
ever.
so special.
It's always
It'd
been a
be
night.
so special
every day.
to us. We love it. We couldn't do this without any of you guys. From our parents to the family to hundreds of listeners that listen to us every day. We cannot thank you guys enough.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing something. And that's why last podcast, which was our welcome back podcast, we wanted to make the listeners involved. So we just tune in to us a lot here in the next few days. We'll be posting stuff all over the place, giving you news from Tennessee all the way to if something big happens college football. Now we are ready to do our first one, the college football Carson Game of the Week.
All right, and I'll give my Pruitt quote of the week too.
And I can't believe I'm doing this because it really feels like we just got done doing this.
It's
but we did this for basketball.
fun. Here's the thing. We have a lot of traditions on the podcast, and a lot of them are based around football season and basketball season.
Really
so, you get into football season again. It's the OG guys, and we're almost to like our second anniversary, right? Which, guys, what if we did enough episodes? Which we're gonna see. What if that worked out? Where our 50th episode was our birthday episode. Whoa. Dude, that'd be sick. Okay, what's your game of the week?
My Carson game of the week is Oregon versus Auburn. Now that is going to be a game with Justin Herbert coming back for Oregon. He is the ranked number 3 quarterback in the nation.
Yes. That's going to be a good game to watch, guys.
And Auburn is going to be able to, I think, play some good defense. But I think that no try them win, especially with a lot of players they've lost here. I'm not saying they're going to be off. I'm just not expecting them to win, especially with Oregon's rebuild years for the past 6 years in rebuilding. But I expect a great game. That's my Carson game of the week. We'll be doing that every week. And we love it. We really do.
Yep, that's true. And, we did have a listener question, and, we thought about getting to talk about, there being still no defined backup quarterback. But you know what? It's okay. I want to still give a shout-out to the listener who we were going to do the listener question, because I really like this guy. Go follow him on Twitter, Georgia_Vault in all caps. So you guys should definitely follow him. I really like him. My Jeremy Pruitt quote of the week is gonna be this. This is a really nice opening statement from his Monday press conference. Talking to the staff this morning, there's a lot of time and effort you put into it. You prepare. I remember the first time I got my football helmet. It was the guy in the truck at Pisgah, Alabama. My dad was throwing in the grass up there on football field, and the guy pulled up in the pickup truck. Before you know it, I'm out there in the headgear and shoulder pads. I didn't have to sign any agreements or anything like that. I'm playing ball. I'm doing out what I want, like a bull in the ring. And that's what these kids, while they love to play the game, lots of times when you look out there, we're coaching them. But you have to do it anyway. You do it that way. But you think back, it's the purity of the game, like when you first started, and that's why we play the game.
I love the voice. Pruitt can do it, baby.
Pruitt can do it. We have three really, really good ones. We have 3 really good ones now.
See, we're gonna make some merch once we start getting into deep into this merch thing. We're gonna make one. It'd be a storm coming full of orange. We have one of those, and we're definitely gonna do Pruitt can do it. Hopefully,
Pruitt can do it. It's gonna be cool. Yeah,
Pruitt can do it, and
we'll do that. Tell you what, guys, for the first game of the season, I'll release that. I'll try to release that like the day of the game. It'll be like maybe Pruitt can do it, and then a big
yeah, and that way we'll some people will want to buy a T-shirt, just maybe not with the podcast on it. You know, it's something they look at and be like, nobody else has that kind of T-shirt. Now it'll probably have like made by the Game 6 podcast in small letters or something, but we want to give some fans something that not other people sell. So it would give a pretty cool thing on that.
That's true.
So guys, I want you guys to make sure and watch Tennessee play. I want you guys to know, because the first game is very important to see what our players have and what we don't have, see our coaching, see our passes, see our runs. It's super important.
Yep. It's going to be great. Continue listening to the podcast. We've got a lot of updates coming for you. Follow us and share it. The podcast. We know if you're new, thank you for tuning in. We have a bunch of new listeners this episode. Thank you for watching on the live stream, viewing The Touch of Modern, and Tragic Hero for the music. One of my favorite people for music. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. You guys are great.